Two. I am now recording.
There we go. Better.
There we go. I got consent. He wants to know
Okay.
if I'm ready.
Eli, you good?
No.
What the fuck you doing?
Um,
You're frozen again.
How are you guys fools? You're on the same Wi-Fi.
I'm on my data because our Wi-Fi's been asked today. I'm on my hotspot.
that's gonna take a lot of data, no, to do a Zoom call.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Fuck, I'm not doing that. Okay, are we ready?
Yep. Welcome to episode 25 of the Valley Sports Talk podcast. On today's episode, we are going over our week 2 predictions. We have Thursday night football tonight. Bunch of good games coming to us on Sunday, and then we wrap it up with Monday night football as always. To start off, though, I believe we're going to go through our records from last week for our picks, and the guys will give us their game of the week. So I believe Brandon has all of our stats, so I'll turn over to him real quick.
So last week it was a poor performance from the Bulls. Noah went 7 for 16, and Braden and I went 8 for 16, 50% at least. There was a lot of blow-ups and upsets last week, which is probably why ours and a lot of other rankings weren't pretty accurate. So we're looking to do better this week. Just some quick little notes that I found kind of interesting was all of us got the Bucks game, the 49ers game, the Panthers game, and the Rams game, which were pretty easy picks for the most part, except for, I guess you could say, like the Panthers game maybe. But on the more embarrassing note, games that all three of us got wrong together were the Jaguars, the Bills, the Titans, Green Bay, and Baltimore. Those were all some pretty big upsets, I believe. And so we're looking to do better this week here. We'll see what happens.
I think my game of the week will be the Ravens and Raiders Monday Night Football OT game. It was a back and forth game, and they went into overtime, and there was a bunch of opportunities for each team to win it, and they never ended up winning it. And yeah, I don't know about you guys. Do you guys have the same game or different?
Right.
I think I'm gonna look forward to my Panthers game this week. Actually,
No,
last week.
last week. Sorry, my bad. Was it the question? Last week's? There's actually no. I give it to the Minnesota game. Actually, that was
Okay.
That was good.
That's a good one. Brandon, you're frozen again.
Oh geez. Well, this podcast can hear me, which is the only thing that matters, the recording.
That's fair.
It's rolling again.
Say, I will go to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Browns game. The Browns kind of had a good first half. They were killing. And then the Chiefs showed why they're one of the best teams in the league, coming back in the second half and making a game out of it. So I wanted to give a extra game so everyone could have a different one.
Okay, I think we'll jump right into Thursday night football. Tonight's game. Shut up. We're gonna go Washington and New York. What? Okay. Where'd it go? Hey, Braden, go ahead with your prediction on Washington and the Giants.
I think I have to go with Washington to win tonight's game. I think their defense is going to be one of the best or one of the top ones in the league this year. And
You sound so energetic.
I know, it's awesome. But yeah, I'm settling for Washington tonight.
It's almost like you're like hungover or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So you're picking Washington?
Yeah.
Noah, have you went?
No, but I'm gonna go the Giants. I'm just gonna go the Giants based off the fact of Taylor Heineke starting for the Washington football team. It'll be interesting to see how he plays, but I'm gonna go with the more experienced Daniel Jones, if you want to call Daniel Jones really an experienced quarterback. But I'm gonna go against Braden. I'm gonna go Giants.
Just quick question, Noah. How did picking the Giants go for you last week?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm doubling up with them.
It didn't go well. I'm also gonna go for the Washington football team. We just made a TikTok, Valley Talk. If you're following it, you would have known I'm picking Washington. Personally, I just
I know.
watching the game last week
No idea. Page.
and seeing how it went down. I know Washington also lost last week, but I think the Washington football team's defense will just be able to outhold the Giants in a low scoring game.
Okay, we'll start with the 1 o'clock games on Sunday.
Is the Denver Broncos at Jacksonville?
Okay, I'll jump in. I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos starting 2-0. Trevor Lawrence looked a bit shaky, throwing 3 interceptions in his debut, and Teddy Two Hands looked pretty good, as well as the defense looked good in Denver too. So I'm going to stick with the Broncos starting 2-0.
Braden, you're allowed to talk, eh?
Yeah, it's just, you know what, you would pick, just from what I know about Jacksonville, I would pick Jacksonville, but last week that didn't really work out for any of us because they ended up losing. But Noah does have a point where Denver does have the experience, quarterback in the backfield, and a good chunk of wideouts to throw to. So I'll jump on with you, Noah, and I'll go Denver too.
Copycat.
I'm also going to be a copycat.
Braden, can you hear him?
Nope.
Me neither.
So you're just waiting.
I think he picked Denver though.
I did
Oh,
pick
he's
that.
back.
We didn't hear a single thing he said. You were frozen.
I went off Wi-Fi. Am I better now?
Yeah, we
Using
can hear you. We just can't.
Yeah, we can hear you
We can't
now.
see you.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to see me. Let's get this podcast over with. I don't want to be using my data here.
Okay. What's the next game?
Bills at Miami.
Wow, it's a tough one because the Bills looked great last week.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Braden, do you want to go first? I know you have a couple people watching you that might get very angry at your decision if you go the wrong way here.
No, I think I'm sticking with the Bills this week. Not just because Evan's sitting next to me or anything, but I just think that the Bills just had a little bit of an off debut with all their starters. And what I think for this next game, the offense is going to click back together again, so we could see a good scoring game.
Brandon, go ahead.
I'm also going to go with the Bills. I know they kind of choked it last week and the offense didn't look too good. But with saying that, one positive you could take away from that Bills game is their defense didn't look horrible. And against a Miami Dolphins team that doesn't strike, I mean, their offense is better than it was last year, but they didn't put up many points last week. So I feel like if the Bills defense can sort of have a same-ish performance they had last week, their offense, I can't see the Bills offense being that bad 2 weeks in a row. So I'll give it to the Bills.
I'll join you guys. I'll go Bills again. I think Josh Allen has a prove it game here due to him not playing the greatest. Evan, I know you think he still played all right, but it wasn't the Josh Allen we saw last year. So hopefully he'll have a bounce back game, and I don't see them having any issues with Miami if he does.
Our next game is the Texans at the Browns. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this is the third game out of 4 we've talked about that we're all gonna agree on. I think we're all gonna go for the Browns here. They played really well against Kansas City, especially in the first half. Where the second half their whole team kind of just let up a little bit, but in the first half they looked great. You saw the offense that they could be. Odell is missing this week as well, so we'll see if that has any impact. But against a Texans team, I don't think it will be too big of an issue, and I think their defense is going to have no problems against this Texans offense.
I will as well go with the Browns. I think the Texans sort of got lucky last week playing against a rookie quarterback. We all picked the other team, but I don't see how the Texans should have any chance facing up against the Browns. The Browns are, you could argue they're a Super Bowl contender. Whenever the Texans, you could argue they're a bottom 3 team in the league. So unless another major upset happens, I don't see the Browns not winning.
Yeah, I'm sticking with you guys too.
Come on, Braden. Pick the Texans.
You know you
No,
want
I'm
it.
not picking the
Pick
Texans.
them. Pick Tyrod.
We didn't pick them last week, and they
Better
made us.
than the
they made us
Texans. I'm
pay.
not picking them when
Pick
I know
Tyrod Taylor. Don't pick the Texans. Pick
I know
Tyrod.
that's not going to win.
They could win.
They could. If Cleveland, doesn't play that well, but when you look against, like you said, against the Chiefs, they were winning most of the game all the way through to like near the end of the fourth quarter. They played really well. With Kareem Hunt, they get the red zone work. Sorry, I was trying to think of his name there for a sec. And
Okay.
and Baker Mayfield with throwing the ball in the backfield. I know that the Browns are going to win.
Ray.
You know?
I know.
Ray,
Are you
read
putting
my-
money on it?
I will.
Ray, read my bet.
Put money on it then.
What's your bet?
Read it.
You bet. Hang on. Ethan, what am I looking at?
I put 50 cents on every single team this week, every single underdog to win, and if it wins, I get $12.5 million.
Wow.
That's a
I'm-
wise sense.
Unfortunately, the Lions aren't beating the Packers, so.
Ooh, we said that about the Saints.
Our next game is the Cincinnati Bengals at the Chicago Bears. Braden, you're on a roll. Keep it going, man.
I'm gonna go with Cincinnati actually.
Oh, okay. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I'm going a little bold on this one. They played really well against the Vikings. Well, they actually ended up winning against the Vikings, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was actually great. It was actually a great overtime to watch. Like it went back and forth all the way through, and you know that they can keep up with like good offense. So yeah, I'm going with Cincinnati this week.
I will as well join Braden going Cincinnati. They looked very strong in their week 1 win against the who they play, Vikings. And
yeah,
I hate saying this, but Joe Mixon looked like a top 10 running back. So
yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
So and against a Bears team that should be starting Justin Fields right now and is still starting Andy Dalton, I am picking Cincinnati to beat them.
Okay, well, I thought I wasn't going to be the only one to say this, but I'm going to go with the Bears. I feel like the Bengals, I don't know. I don't feel like that's a performance they can keep up. Jamar Chase went off in his first game. I don't feel like that's doable again to the extent that he had. I mean, the Cincinnati Bengals offense did look really good, but I feel like this Bears defense is a little bit better than the Minnesota one. If the Bears offense can get it together, especially it's in Chicago, which will help out a little bit. If the Bears offense can get going a little bit, I don't think they will have a problem with Cincinnati. So I'm going to go with the Bears. Which brings us to our next game, which is another tight one. I think Braden will agree. We have the San Francisco 49ers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Braden, what do you think?
I don't feel like you and I are gonna have the same answer here.
I think we are. I think we are.
If I'm looking at it to be statistically wise, it's so hard because Jalen Hurts did really
Not
well.
that hard.
Can I jump in? Because this is painful to watch.
This is painful to watch.
Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm going with San Fran. I'm going with San
No,
Fran.
go with the Eagles. You know you want to.
No, I don't think they'll win this week, but I do need Jalen Hurts to put up a good amount of points for me.
Yeah,
Like
no,
me.
you don't. You're against me.
You're gonna lose, buddy.
No, you're not. I was predicted to win without a tight end and a wide receiver in my lineup after I made trades last night.
Oh, that's cute.
Braden's deciding the trash talk already.
You tell him, Bray. Let him.
Yeah, you let him know what's up.
I'm gonna go with San Fran as well. The Eagles played against a pretty poor defense in Atlanta last week, and now they're getting one of the elite defenses in the league in San Fran. I don't think Jalen Hurts will put up the same numbers he did. So I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
I'm also going to go with the 49ers, but I think this will be a closer game than people think. The 49ers offense looked great last week, but their defense looked terrible. And as we saw from last week, the Eagles can put up points. And their offense is a little underrated, I think. So if the 49ers defense can't figure it out, this is going to be a closer game than we thought. I mean, the Lions fought back in the second half and made it a game against San Fran, which I don't think anybody really expected, considering how good people thought and think the 49ers defense will and can be. But again, I like to base a little bit off the hometown crowd. So if the Eagles fans can get into it, I feel like it could be a really high scoring game, but ultimately I will give it to San Fran. Our next game, we got a battle of two undefeated teams here. Division rivals. We have the Saints at the Panthers. Braden, this is your team. Go for it.
Why should we go last?
Okay, he can go last. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. I have MVP candidate Jameis Winston and the Saints beating the Panthers. They tore apart a weak Packers D. So they should be able to tear apart a weak Panthers D. Jameis Winston looked great. There's some other players who look great. Craig, their tight end, I forgot his name. He's an undrafted guy, but he looked great. And then Kamara. What?
Troutman?
No, it's another guy. He had like 2 touchdowns.
I'm
I think his last
I
name,
don't even know.
like Johnson or something.
I tried
But
to that game. Was pretty good.
I'd love to see the Panthers win, but I don't think they're gonna. As long as they get the ball to DJ Moore, I'll be happy.
Rude. I'm gonna go on Braden's side, and I'm gonna pick the Panthers.
You're just salty because they beat Green Bay.
That could be very true. But again, I mean, I know being at home isn't the be all end all, but especially in division rival games, I feel like the hometown team does have a slight advantage. The Panthers defense, I mean, although being against the Jets did look pretty good, but against the Jets, so who really knows? We know that the CMC can go off whenever. Darnold looked pretty good in his debut, and the chemistry is only going to grow. But I mean, again, yeah, the Saints look great as well last week, but I'm not gonna talk about that because it hurt. So Panthers.
Braden?
Yep, it's the Panthers. That's all I'm gonna say.
Panthers are going 17-0.
Who'd they play last week?
The Jets.
Yeah, and they barely beat them. So I don't see how
Hey.
they beat them by 5 or 4.
It's close.
I think they beat them by 4. They beat them by 4 points.
Yeah, what's your reasoning for the Panthers?
What's their record, Noah? Don't matter.
The Jets or Panthers?
Panthers.
I don't know, but they played the Jets.
Don't matter. 1-0, baby. Okay, Bray, why are they going to be 2-0?
Well, I think with like you were saying with Chris McCaffrey, go off when he needs to. Had a really big game back coming from injury last year, which was nice to see.
Did you enjoy him on your fantasy team last week?
Pretty much, and yeah, it was nice having him. That's for
Did
sure.
you win last week?
No, I did not. Because Mark has Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, so
It sucks to lose, eh?
yeah, it does.
I don't really know what that feels like yet. I don't know if I ever will, but we'll see. Okay, Bray. So,
Anyway,
what do you think?
but,
What do you think of
also,
Panthers defense?
Panthers defense?
Yeah.
It's actually looking. It's actually
Name
looking
3
a
players
little
on their
bit-
defense.
What?
Name
Hey,
3 players on their defense.
3 players?
it's your favorite team.
You can't even name one.
I don't know the defense.
Braden.
Name
Of your
5
own team?
5 offense.
Five offense.
Okay.
Five
Oh, yeah.
offense.
Okay. Sam Darnold.
No.
What? 5 offense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Yeah. Sam Darnold.
Okay.
Yes.
McCaffrey.
Okay.
Yes.
Robbie
Uh-oh.
Anderson.
Oh, he's
Okay.
run out.
DJ Moore.
Okay.
Oh,
And
He's run out.
Terrence Marshall Jr.
Name another one. Name one more.
Chuba.
I had
Name
enough.
one more.
Another one. I feel like there's one guy I missed. And Robbie Anderson.
Yeah. You haven't said their tight end.
I don't even know who
can't
their tight end is.
No. That's the only
What?
I don't
Can't
even know
remember
who their 10 their tight end is.
Do any of you guys know what you said? A Zoom meeting for 40 minutes.
I don't know how to update it. It worked last time.
Like, is it gonna kick us off in 9 minutes or
Yep.
actually?
Yeah, apparently.
Well, this didn't happen last time.
I know, I don't know.
So we're just
let's hurry up then.
well, no, we'll just have to pause it and come back. Okay, next game we have the LA Rams at the Colts.
Ooh, good game. I'm gonna go with the Rams. They looked very good week 1. Matt Stafford looked great in his Rams debut. The Rams defense looked unblockable as always, as you have Aaron Donald and players like that, and Jalen Ramsey. And Carson Wentz did look very good, but I'm gonna have to go with the Rams in this one.
I'm also gonna go with the Rams. The Colts were kind of disappointing last week. Once the Seahawks got up by like 2 touchdowns, it kind of looked like they gave up, which isn't something you want to see from a team that's going for the playoffs, especially against a team like the Rams, who are even better than the Seahawks in my opinion. So the Colts are going to have to show a little bit more life for me to pick them going into the future. So I'm going to go Rams.
Yeah, I'm going with Rams too. I think that Matt Stafford debut, he did really well with the offense. You got Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. Oh, what's their tight end's name?
Now he's just trying to name players off every team to say that he knows sports.
Yeah, but anyways. Ooh. So
Next game.
Okay, Bray, I'll let you start this one off here. We have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
the Raiders.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's hear it. Why?
You know what? I just believe that, they walked into the game, everybody was picking the Ravens to win, just based on how good their offense is and how, well, their defense didn't play that well that game. But besides that, they still have a good defense. And for them to come with a win off, being the total underdog in that show, you may as well. That's why I'm kind of just going with it. I want to see. I believe that they'll beat Pittsburgh. I do believe that.
I'm gonna go Steelers. They looked very good against the Bills, even though the Bills didn't probably play as well as they could have. Their defense looked great as well. The running game was not very great, but I think it was Najee's first game. He was getting 100% of the workload. I think he'll be able to get better as the weeks progress. And then the Raiders aspect, their pressure looked, their D line looked very good. You had Carl Nassib and Max Crosby were sort of giving Lamar Jackson troubles, but I don't think it'll be enough to. I don't think their offense will be enough to fend off the Steelers D.
I'm also going to go with the Steelers. I mean, the game the Raiders played on Monday was great, and it's already possibly could be a game of the year candidate. But I mean, it's called a game of the year candidate for a reason. The Raiders weren't supposed to win. They're not a very good team. The Steelers are still decent. They showed that last week. So I'm going to go Steelers. Next game, we have the New England Patriots at the Jets. Braden?
That's a tough one.
Is it?
I'm gonna go with the Patriots to win this game. I do believe that having Mac Jones and to Zach Wilson I think that Mac Jones is better in some way, especially around a Belichick offense. Who's your running back? Anyways,
I am gonna go Jets. I'm gonna go bold on this one. I don't think that Mac Jones is a better quarterback than Zach Wilson. Corey Davis looked great. As well as Zach Wilson, he probably looked. I'd say he looked better than Trevor Lawrence in his debut because he didn't turn the ball over as much. And the Patriots won, right?
What?
The Patriots.
you know, man,
The Patriots beat the Dolphins.
No, the Dolphins beat the Patriots.
No, the Dolphins won. Yeah, okay. If Tua can beat the Patriots, I don't see why Zach Wilson can't not. So I'm gonna go boldish, and I'm gonna go Jets.
I'm gonna go Patriots here. I feel like the Patriots defense looked pretty good last week. The only thing that struggled was their offense a little bit to find consistency and put up points. But when you're playing a team like the Jets, you don't have to put up too many points to win, especially if your defense is as good as the Patriots. So if Mac Jones can put up 21, I feel like the Patriots have this game. And I think he can do that, so I'm going to give it to the Patriots. Next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Arizona Cardinals. Who wants to go?
I'll go first. I'm gonna go Cardinals. Kyler Murray looked like one of the best, like the top 3 quarterback in that game.
Top 3?
Yeah, like not fantasy wise, like in the league.
Top 1.
DeAndre Hopkins looked dominant. Their defense looked great. Chandler Jones, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He kind of looked unstoppable up there. And that was against a good Titans team. So going against the Vikings, who are coming off a sort of deflating week 1 overtime win against the Bengals, I think the Cardinals will keep it rolling and go 2-0 on the season.
I'm going to jump on the bandwagon and agree with you. The Vikings, like Noah just said, allowed a lot of points to a Cincinnati offense, and going to Arizona and playing an offense that's 2 times the offense since he's got. The Cardinals are going to put up a lot of points next week, and I don't think the Vikings will be able to keep up. So, Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on with you too and go Cardinals. I believe that the Cardinals offense is better all around than the Minnesota offense. And the defense is gonna have a hard time against that offense. Once it gets moving, they're just gonna keep scoring points. So, and just statistically wise, I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Okay, next game we'll do quickly before our time runs out. This shouldn't be a long one. Unfortunately for Noah, we have the Atlanta Falcons traveling to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm gonna go bold. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Who am I kidding? I'm
Go
going Tampa
bold.
Bay.
Go for your team.
No, I can't. I'm going Tampa Bay. They looked brutal. Week 1. Their defense and offense both looked horrendous. I got really nothing much to say. You're playing Tom Brady, so good luck.
Braden?
Yeah, Tampa Bay Buccaneers all the way. I believe that it's Tom Brady. You can't really stop the old man once he gets going. And what they have on the outside for their receiver core is really good. So and their defense has been playing pretty good, especially on their season debuts. So yeah, going with the Bucs.
I'm also gonna go with the Bucs. Normally the only thing that wins Atlanta a few games is their offense, and last week it couldn't even put up a touchdown against an Eagles defense. So going from an Eagles defense to a Bucs defense is a whole other level. And if they can't put up a touchdown against the Eagles, it's going to be tough against the Bucs, especially in Tampa Bay.
I get my fucking consent. All
right. Our next game is the Dallas Cowboys traveling to the LA Chargers. I'm not going to go first. This will be a good game.
It is going to be a very good game.
Hey,
As much as I hate to do this.
Dallas.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry. I wanted
no,
to
no,
go
yeah.
first.
Ethan told you to
Oh.
cut me off because I cut you off apparently.
Yeah, dick. Anyways,
We cut each other off all the time. What does this mean?
I'm gonna go Dallas. They look very good against Tampa. And Chargers didn't look as good as I thought they were gonna look, but they still snuck out the W. I'm just gonna go with the fact that Dak looked almost sometimes unstoppable, and the Dallas defense actually could make a stand at some points, even though it's still a high-scoring game. So I'm gonna go Dallas.
Braden, who's the starting quarterback for the Chargers?
Justin Herbert,
Oh boy.
Who's better, Herbert or Dak?
Dak,
Who's going to win this game?
Dallas.
Why?
Because you know what, for Dak's debut back after being out all last season was really good. I thought this was like not gonna be like close, but also not a blowout. I just thought it'd be like the Bucks would be higher scoring than Dallas, but they played really well for their offense, and Dak looked like he belonged right back out on that field. So I'm going with Dallas.
For such a close game, I'm kind of shocked that all of us are going to agree on the Cowboys, especially because it's in LA. But like Noah said, the Chargers didn't look as good as we were hoping. Their defense was fine. It was the offense that was the concern. They ended up pulling out the dub, but that was mostly because a big part from the defense. I mean, the Cowboys don't have much of a defense compared to the Washington football team. So maybe the Chargers offense will look better and we'll have a shootout like the Cowboys had last week with the Bucks. And if so, that would be, I mean, this could shape up to be a really good game. But we all have Cowboys. The next game we have is the Titans traveling to face the Seahawks. Unfortunately, Max isn't here, so he can't talk about his crappy team. But
I'm gonna go Seahawks. The Titans looked pretty bad in their week 1 game against the Cardinals. We all had the Cardinals. I mean, we all had the Titans winning, I believe, unless I'm wrong.
No, yes, we did. We all had Titans.
We all had Titans, and they didn't look very good. Now Julio's having some issues with Coach Vrabel. Their defense did not look very good. They couldn't stop Kyler or DK. And then we also have, you can basically say like DK and DeAndre Hopkins are sort of not close, but they're sort of like just as dominant players. So I don't see how they can guard, if they can't guard DeAndre, they can't guard DK. And then you also have to worry about Tyler Lockett. So going Seahawks.
Yep, good point.
Yeah, I'm going Seahawks too. I do believe that, just after the game that Tennessee had, I wouldn't be, going with them at this point. Also that you were saying that Julio Jones has some trouble with the coach, which is nice that I got rid of him. But
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
Anyways,
Braden's
Good
done.
analysis, Braden.
sorry. Lost train of thought.
Again, another good game, and all three of us are agreeing. I also got the Seahawks. Like Noah said about the Julio situation, and we knew their defense already wasn't the best to begin with. And there's just a whole lot of negativity surrounding Tennessee. And everyone knows how good the Seattle offense is. You can compare it to Arizona. You can say it's better than Arizona. And this game's in Seattle. I think Tennessee is going to have a lot of problems this week stopping that offense. And the way the Titans offense looked last week, it doesn't look like they'll be able to keep up with the problems they're going to have on defense. So I feel like Seattle's going to put up a lot of points, and the Titans won't be able to keep up. Next, we have another good game. We have the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Baltimore to face the Ravens.
Is this Sunday night or are we still Sunday afternoon?
This is Sunday night.
Okay, good game Sunday night. I'm gonna go Kansas City, just not because the Ravens are a bad team, just because Kansas City is one of the 3 elite teams in the league, in my opinion. And it's not that the Ravens didn't look good. Obviously, their defense took a bit of a hit, losing Marcus Peters. Their run game wasn't as good, even though I think Latavius Murray is a good sub in there. I'm just gonna go with the fact that you're playing Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. So good luck stopping them. Nothing against the Ravens, but I have the Chiefs.
Ray, go Ravens. Change it up a bit.
Oh, I gotta go with the Chiefs.
Boring.
The whole offense is based around Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Kelsey, and you can see those guys. You know, they came back from